Wrestling. The combatants in the ring, Tom Justice and Dirty Danny Denton against the Frog and the Kamikaze Kid. And away we go.
Fans really are enjoying calling up Porky, and I think mainly because they know it's getting to him a little bit.
Well, it's really getting Denton's dander up, and the thing is, he's taking it out on the Kamikaze Kid. So, you know, the more the fans shout, the more Denton takes it out on this young kid.
Vicious kick from Denton. You know, you might be right. The fans stopped after they realized that. Big slam.
Well, Denton's a mean fighting machine, Ed Carl.
Now he's getting into headbutting. I know he can do that well because there's nothing else up there anyway.
Well, Ed Carl, one thing you fail to acknowledge is Denton is quite a scholastic individual. You know, they don't call him Dr. Denton for nothing. I mean, the man is quite a renowned doctor, as you know. His field is psychiatrics. He's, you know that, Ed Carl.
His field is psychiatrics. He was in a hospital. I think he escaped. He still has the gown that he comes out with here.
No, Ed. This is, you're talking about Dr. Denton here.
Closest thing he's ever been to a doctor is he was in a doctor's office once, and he condemned him.
I think we're going to have to send you over to have your head read, Ed Carl, if you keep up talking like this about the good Dr. Denton.
As long as it's not read by anybody like Denton, I might accept.
Well, Ed Carl, you know, whenever I need a little help, I always drop down to the good Dr. Denton's office.
Yeah, well, in your case, he could give you some help. I mean, I understand that. Froggy having a great time with Tom Justice.
He sure dropped Justice with that elbow right there.
You know, this Justice looked like somebody you ought to manage.
Well, I'm out here scouting, Ed Carl. I'm always looking for new talent. They sure got a vocal crowd back here, Ed Carl.
Have we ever? Have we ever?
Now look at this move. He's got him up for a suplex.
Oh, look at this.
He had him up for a suplex, and the kid cross-body blocked him. I've never seen a move like that. The last time I saw him...
From the Continental Wrestling Championship area, and it's for the tag team title. The champions, Dirty White Boy and Stubbs. The challengers, Brad Armstrong and the Bullet. There is outside interference in this bout, and, well, why am I telling you? Let's take a look and see for ourselves.
Between the Bullet and Brad and the Dirty White Boy, Tony Anthony, and Mr. Perfect, Jerry Stubbs. Hard right to the midsection, doubles Anthony over, goes down to the canvas. And the Bullet just choking away at Stubbs. Oh, this one was bound to happen. Just an all-out war between these two teams. Brad Armstrong bringing it out on the floor. Head first in the turnbuckle he goes. And again, the Bullet over in that corner, working on Stubbs. Out on the floor is Anthony. Wait a minute, Masked Man comes in the ring. He has a towel over the mouth and nose of the Bullet. I don't know exactly. It's not a choke, but he's going over the mouth and the nose of the Bullet, and he appears to be out. He appears to be out. Brad Armstrong pulls the mask off, and there under the mask is Dirty Dutch Mantell. Now they're both working on Brad Armstrong. They got problems here. The Armstrongs, Bullet and Brad have problems. What's this? Scott Armstrong, it's Scott Armstrong in the ring. He nails the White Boy, he nails Stubbs. Here comes the Masked Man, super kick, Scott Armstrong. Going to work on the team of Anthony.
Dutch Mantell interfering there for the team of Stubbs and Dirty White Boy, Scott Armstrong. We saw him earlier in the Continental Wrestling Championship area. Now he's pulled up stakes and he's gone elsewhere, specifically to the Atlantic Coast Championship Wrestling area, and he's with Joe Pedicino for an interview as he tells us why he is where he is.
I'm here with Scott Armstrong, and Scott, I know you are new to ACW, as everyone is, but I know the reason you're here is you're still chasing after that World Junior Heavyweight title.
You're exactly right, Joe. You know, I'll tell you something. I want to take this time out to say a special hello to beautiful Bonnie back at the station. I also wanted to say ACW, I tell you what, we've got some of the most talented people in professional wrestling right here, and Number one on my list, like you were saying, Joe, is Nelson Royal. He is the World Junior Heavyweight Champion, a title which I've held 2 times myself, and I'm really looking forward to getting back in the area, making a name for myself, and try to do a little something about that title.
Well, I know that the super kick is your chief weapon, and I know that Nelson Royal has felt that super kick several times, and I think that we can probably look forward to some great matches between you and the world champion.
Well, I appreciate that, Joe. You know, and I think so too. You know, the man, no doubt about it, people holler at him, call him grandpa and all kind of stuff. Well, hey, let me tell you something. Anytime you think the man is a little too old to wrestle, jump through those ropes with him, because I'll tell you something, the man is ready to go an hour if need be, or probably longer than that. Hearsay from the referee. Referee comes over, and I think Nelson Royal must be paying him to say something, because referee will come over and say, he's over there doing Hindu squats, been doing for 30 minutes. I don't know if that's psychological warfare. I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you something, brother. When it comes time for me to wrestle you, Nelson Royal, Scott Armstrong will be in shape and ready to go.
Armstrong, and we will have a look-see at our Met Classic right here on Pro Wrestling Plus. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Plus as we turn our attention now to the WWA and Kansas City. The combatants in the ring, Masa Chono. He goes up against Prince Tapu, and this turns out to be quite a match.
So to say that it took Mike George by surprise and took the fans by surprise would be an understatement, but you just cannot underestimate Masa Chono. You know, I was talking to a good wrestling fan of ours, Bruce Grummert, up in Lincoln, Nebraska, who watches us weekly on the satellite from our Denver, Colorado affiliate, United Cable. And he was commenting on what an exceptional wrestler Masa Chono is. And indeed, Masa Chono has all the fundamentals he needs to be a great wrestler. You know, he's schooled in the art of martial arts as well as wrestling, and certainly a tremendous wrestling background. And I think he came in here as a little underrated and a little bit unknown, but he certainly has everyone's attention to this date. Chono again in control of the match. I can tell you one thing, fans, it won't be long. Mike George is going to be knocking on promoter Bob Geigel's door looking for that return match expected any day. Mike George was a fighting champion. He knew Masa Chono would give him problems, but nevertheless he went out, he wrestled him, and he made it one of his first priorities to give Masa Chono a match. Beautiful high drop kick from Masa Chono. Chono up with a hard slam. Tapu comes down hard on the mat. Well, Chono apparently giving the signal that he's got things well in control. Shoots Tapu in. Oh, caught him with that reverse side kick, and Chono does that so well. Tapu, enough instinct, enough left in him that he reached for the ropes to break up the count. Tapu trying to fight back. Referee Sonny Myers giving a warning to Chono to stay out of the eyes, a shortcut, and you know it's a shortcut that Chono doesn't need, but it created a little break, that 1 second that Prince Tapu needed to get back together and get this match in gear. And Tapu shooting Chono off, caught him high with the knee. And that's the way you're going to have to work on Chono, work on the midsection, knock the oxygen out of him, because he's a well-conditioned athlete. You know, I've had the opportunity many times to see Masa Chono, and he goes through a tremendous workout section prior to each match. A lot of stretching, hundreds and hundreds of Hindu squats, lots of push-ups. He's not a bodybuilder per se, but in just tremendous condition. And I'll tell you this, in order to defeat Mike George in St. Joseph, Missouri for the world title, you have to be in tremendous condition. Tapu slowing the pace down just a bit here with the rear chin lock, trying to control Masa Chono, and at the same time trying to clear his own thoughts out and get back into the match. You can be sure that Masa Chono, a thinking man, is planning down the move. What is next? What his escape will be, and what his next move will be. But right now, it's Prince Tapu in control still. The tide seems to be turning once again. Chono up. Tapu slow to rise. And Chono fires away with the chop. A second chop across the chest. Tapu down. You know, I don't want to take one thing away from Mike George. You know, when Masa Chono defeated Mike George, which we give him credit for, he did. Mike George more than had Masa Chono defeated. That match was over in more ways than one, and Chono somehow, some way, pulled out what he needed to on that night, on that occasion. and he is your new world heavyweight champion. Chono trying to take Tapu up. Apparently for a pile driver, he's having trouble getting Tapu up. He's got him up. Oh! Chono with a well-delivered pile driver, the first one that I've seen him deliver since he came here. That's it.
West Wrestling, the new spoiler faces Bobby Durrell, and I'll tell you, this is a tough match.
Is on the card tomorrow, along with the great stars Jeff Rates, Bob the Cat Bradley, Jason Sterling, another up-and-coming young man. Ow! A flying body slam, one, not quite two. Give Durrell credit. He fired out of there, even though he's taking a tremendous amount of punishment. Hammering on the back of the neck, and Durrell down again. We've got a big evening of excitement starting at 4 tomorrow at Billy Bob's Texas. Right there, what you're looking at. The new spoiler in total command so far in this bout. He has not let up. While we're talking about Wild West Wrestling, and we want you to go West, go Wild West with us. The great individuality of the great days of the Old West, and still evident in this great country of ours. And that permeates the entire country as Durrell shows his initiative and desires. He fights out of there again. Great move by Durrell. Well, that one put some hurt on the new spoiler himself as he came bounding down there, and now Durrell has a chance. If he has any energy left, he does. Trying to get his breath. Great drop kick by Durrell. Look out, spoiler. Here comes Durrell. Garland's finest. Bobby Durrell looking for a chance now. Hasn't got time to be real. Whoa, made a bad move there, flying into the knees of the new spoiler. So the spoiler has a chance to come right back, uses that bottom rope as a choke. And Bobby Durrell's moment of glory, his chance to take charge, looks like it might be gone as this new spoiler explodes on him again. Across the ring, here comes a backbreaker slammer. 1, 2, 3, Durrell is beaten dead.
Watch it. DeSalvo's got to drive him. Got him with that block again. It's all Steve DeSalvo.
Well, look at Bulldog. He's a little hesitant now, and he's worried for his son's sake. But he should have thought of that before he even got his son. Oh, what a clothesline.
Man, the ring moved a foot.
What's he yelling at you, Ed? Something that you must like that.
I'm enjoying every minute of it as DeSalvo pummels him from pillar to post.
Well, DeSalvo was hollering about a pile driver a second ago, but he's trying to make him into a pile driver in that corner, and that certainly would be nice to see Brown getting that kind of a lesson. I mean, the father.
Well, this is definitely not one dangerous pit bull right now anyway. Kerry Brown is taking some big shoulder. That Bulldog's getting in the ring, Ed.
What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing?